Neighbors, he said you couldn't stay out of this hellholes right here in Nacogdoches. I said to him, you ain't gonna take the Son of God in here with you? He said, oh, no, I ain't. And I said, I don't know. I don't know that he said, I'll follow you always, ever into the road. Now, my sons, the Lord's sons, you all seem to have a straight path from the Lord's path for you, his plan for you. I'm gonna make sure that you come back under this path. All you gotta do, come with me. You gotta come with me, confess your sins, and everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
You ever seen such a place before, Ryan?
You, sir, I know that you have strayed
I just got here.
Lord, but don't worry, he is forgiven.
Well, beats all I've ever seen.
Forgiveness is the Lord's will, and everything in here, you read this, you become enlightened, and when you are enlightened, the Lord will allow you into the gates of heaven. That is what we're all here for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel it my duty to inform you that the man holding this revival is an imposter. He holds no papers of divinity from any institution, recognized or improvised. He is altogether devoid of the least qualification to the office he has usurped, and has only committed to memory a few passages from the good book for the purpose of lending to his fraudulent sermons some faint flavor of the pie that he despises. In truth, the gentleman standing here before you posing as a minister of the Lord is not only totally illiterate, but is also wanted by the law in the states of Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Arkansas.
Oh, God, lies! For they prophesied in the name of Baal, that they led by...
On a variety of charges, the most recent of which involved a girl of 11 years, I said 11, who had come to him in trust and whom was surprised in the act of violating while actually clothed in the livery of his God. Not 3 weeks before this, he was run out of Fort Smith, Arkansas for having congress with a goat. Yes, lady, that is what I said, goat.
I'll hang this son of a bitch!
Lord, help me!
A whiskey. This is on the judge.
Judge, how do you come to have the goods on that no account?
Goods?
When was you in Fort Smith? When did you know him to know all that stuff on him?
You mean the Reverend Green?
Yes, sir. I reckon he was in Fort Smith before I came but here.
I was never in Fort Smith in my life. Doubt that he was.
Well, where was it that you ran up on him?
Never laid eyes on the man until today. Never even heard of him.
Better get out of our way.
I'm gonna kill your ass. Kill your ass. You quits?
What?
I said, are you quits?
Quits?
Quits. Because if you want some more of me, you sure as hell gonna get it.
Is my neck broke?
Can you not get up?
I don't know. I ain't tried.
I never meant to break your neck.
No.
I meant to kill you.
Ain't nobody done it yet.
There ain't nothing wrong with you.
This your bottle?
Thought someone done stole you.
What's your name?
Toadvine.
Where you going, Toadvine?
To see old Sydney.
Why?
I got something to sell.
Got a match.
Is he in there?
That's what we're fixing to see. Tap the door. You better tap louder than that. That man drinks some.
You hot son of a bitch, Toad.
Kick him! Kick him! Kick him!
Seen you smoke. Value my spare amount of sup water.
Ain't much, but we'll go for shares.
Thank you.
You lost your way?
No, I went right to it.
No, I mean, you must have lost your way to have ended up here. Did the sandstorm hit you? Did thieves best you?
Yeah, I got off the road some ways.
No, you did.
How long you been out here?
Out where?
Here. This place.
I come from Mississippi. I was a slaver, right? Don't care to tell it, but I made good money. Never did get caught. I just got sick of it. Sick of the blacks. Wait, let me show you something.
An old heart.
There are 4 things on this earth that'll destroy. Right, there's women, there's whiskey, there's money, and there are blacks. It cost me $200 for this. Lost your way in the dark. The way of the transgressor is hard. God made this world, but he didn't make it to suit everybody, now did he?
Well, I don't believe he had me much in mind.
Ah, but where does a man come by his notions? What world's he seen that's better, that he likes better?
Well, I can think of better ways, better places.
Can you make it be?
No.
No. It's a mystery. A man's at odds to know his mind, cause his mind is all he has to know it with. He can know his heart, but he don't want to. Rightly so, it's best not to look there. It ain't the heart of a creature that is bound in the way that God set for it. You can find meanness in the least of creatures.
when God made man, the devil himself was at his elbow. A creature can do anything. It can make a machine, and a machine to make the machine. And evil that can run itself for 1,000 years. No need to tend to it. You believe that?
I don't know.
Believe that.
The governor of Chihuahua thanks you for your defense of Mexico.
Is this everything?
Gold for the 50 scalps and 10 heads. Governor Trias invites you to a banquet held in your honor.
Just me.
Just you.
Tell him me and my men don't keep separate mess.
Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. My staff are on standby awaiting anything that needs to be seen to. Holden, glad to see you.
Tandio.
Gaudio. Sit. Agesha Manamon.
Arsinish Akamanish Nabun. Benenesh Malaish Ludus.
Agesha Men, Alcon Manam.
Alanesh Dinamanesh Dimana.
Bedel Manamon.
Namanesh Nemara.
Nana. And Nameshon and Makam Nem. A toast to Franklin and Washington, heroes of our sister republic.
A toast to Sadie from New Orleans.
Mr. Trias, the chefs have barricaded themselves in the kitchen.
Excuse me, I'll be a moment.
I don't believe we've actually spoken yet, lad. I'm Tobin. You done this before?
Not me.
Well, you've got the knack. More so than me. There's little equity in the Lord's gifts. That's so. Look around you. Study the judge.
I've done studied him.
Fair enough. But the man's good at everything. Never seen him turn to a task he didn't prove clever at. He speaks Dutch.
Dutch.
Aye, he does, for I heard him do it. We found a group of crazy pilgrims, and the old man and the leader of them spoke right in Dutch, and the judge spoke right back. Glanton come near falling off his horse. That's where he learned it. You know what he said?
What'd he say?
Set off a Dutchman. I couldn't have learned it off 10 Dutchmen. What about you? No, The gifts of the Almighty are weighed and parceled out in a scale peculiar to himself. God speaks in the least of creatures. No man is give leave of that voice.
I ain't heard no voice.
When it stops, you'll know you've heard it all your life.
Is that right?
Aye.
The judge. Does the voice speak to him?
The judge.
I seen him before. Nacogdoches.
Every man in the company's claimed to have encountered that sooty-souled rascal in some other place. He saved us all. Have to give him that. We come off a little Colorado and we didn't have a pound of powder in the company. There he sat on a rock in the middle of the greatest desert you'd ever want to see. Just perched on a rock like a man waiting for a coach. Brown thought him a mirage. Might have shot him for one if he had aught to shoot him with. Then, about the meridian of that day, we come upon the judge on his rock there in that wilderness by his single self. Aye, and there was no rock, just one. Irvin said he'd bring it with him. I said that it was a mere stone for all to mark him out and nothing at all. He had with him that self-same rifle you see with him now, all mounted in German silver, and the name that he'd give it set with silver wire, the cheek piece, in Latin, et in Arcadia ego, a reference to the lethal in it. No horse, just him and his legs crossed, smiling as we approached like he'd been expecting us.
What are you doing out here?
Fell out with my wagon company, and I decided to go alone.
So, what do you got with you?
Knife, silver, rifle.
You don't even got water?
No, I do not.
It was a day's work to even guess what he made of that figure on that ground. I don't know to this day. It was secret commerce, some terrible covenant, you mind. You'll see I'm right. By then, Glanton had gave him the particulars of the situation. We'd traveled not far before the judge struck us a new course about 9 points to the east. It was a mountain range, maybe 30 miles away. We headed for it. None of us asked for what. By morning, we could see him in the plain to the north. Maybe 10 miles. No short supply of them, and they were in no hurry. We finally got some rest. The judge had been up all night from when the fight had set, watching the bats. He could not have been more cheerful. One man had deserted in the night, and we were down to 7. We left out with first light up a little wooded draw. The judge would stop the botanized, then run to catch up. My hand to God, pressing the leaves into his book. Sure, I never saw the equal to it, and all the time the savages in plain view below us. God, it put a crick in my neck. Couldn't keep my eyes off of them, and they were 100 souls if they were one. We come out on some flinty ground, walked all that day. Saw no more savages as they were somewhere on the slopes below us. As soon as it got dark and bats were out, the judge altered our course again, looking at the little animals. There was no trail, just steep rock. When we reached the cave, some men thought that he meant for us to hide there and that he was, for a fact, daft altogether. But it was for neither. We left all that we owned at the mouth of that cave and filled our wallets and panniers and out Michaela's with the cave dirt, and we left out at daybreak. The judge, who left high at a high pass, told us to circle the mountain and return in 8 hours. Later that day on the far side of the mountain, we encountered the lad that had deserted us, hanging right there in a tree. He'd been skinned, and I can tell you, it does very little for a man's appearance. If the savages had not guessed it by now, they knew for sure that we'd none of us any powder. When we returned, We learned that the judge leached the guano and creek water and wood ash and precipitated it out and built a clay kiln and burned charcoal in it. Doused the fire by day and fired it again come dark. The entire mountain was covered with Apaches, and there sat he. He got up when he seen us and handed us a pair of wallets, and in one was about 8 pounds of pure crystal saltpeter, and the other was about 3 pounds of fine alder charcoal. It was dark when we headed out. We were dead for sleep, no way of knowing where the savages was. At dawn, his honor takes up a position on some lava rocks there, and he commences to give us an address. It was like a sermon, but it was no such sermon as any man of us has ever heard before. He delivers himself of an oration, to what end I know not then or now. He concluded with telling us that our Mother Earth, as he said, was round like an egg and contained all good things within her. Then he turned and led us across the terrain, us behind him like disciples of a new faith. The Malpais. It was a maze, sharp black glass at the edges and sharp the flinty rocks below. Roots were cut to pieces. The judge was the first to the top, and he sat down and begun to scale at the rock. It was brimstone. Wheel of brimstone all about the rim of the cauldron. One by one we straggled up and he sat with his back to that gaping hole and was chipping away. He called upon us to do the same. We chopped it loose and chopped it fine with our knives till we have about 2 pounds, and then the judge took the wallets and went to a cut place in the rock and dumped the charcoal in the niter, stirred them about with his hand, poured the sulfur in. He was laughing the while and working up this great mass in a foul black dough. Devil's batter by the stink of it. He commences to trowel it across the south-facing rocks, spreading it out thin and with a dexterity that was wondrous, like he did it every day of his life. Once he was done, he sat back and looked across the plain. The savages. They were marching up the hill. Then they seen us. We had, I would suppose, minutes. We watched the judge's foul matrix drying on the rocks. He commenced to chop and grind it with his knife.
Captain Glanton!
Would you believe it? Captain Glanton, he says.
Come charge that swivel bore of yours. Let's see what manner of things we have. Down the maw of that thing.
Wouldn't hear a sound like it in a long day's ride. And then he called us all about to fill our hours and flask as we did, one by one. Then he saw the savages. We were ready to lay into them, but again, the judge would not have it.
Have mercy on me! Todos muertos! Todos muertos! Gentlemen?
That was all he said. We needed no second invitation. God, it was a butchery.
The good book says that he that lives by the sword shall perish by the sword.
What right man would have it any other way? It makes no difference what men think of war. War endures. As well ask men what they think of stone. War was always here. Before man was, war waited for him. The ultimate trade awaiting its ultimate practitioner. That is the way it was and will be. That way, and not some other way.
Ah, Davy. It's your own trade we honor here. Might not rather take a small bow, let each acknowledge each.
My trade.
Certainly.
What is my trade?
War. War is your trade, is it not?
And it ain't yours?
Mine too, very much so.
What about all them notebooks and bones and stuff?
All other trades are contained in that of war.
Is that why war endures?
No. It endures because young men love it, and old men love it in them. Those that fought, those that did not.
That's your notion.
Men are born for games, nothing else. Every child knows that play is nobler than work. He knows too that the worth or merit of a game is not inherent in the game itself, but rather in the value of that which is put at hazard. Games of chance require a small wager to have any meaning at all. Games of sport involve the strength and skill of the opponents, and the humiliation of defeat and the pride of victory are in themselves sufficient stake, because they adhere in the worth of the principles and define them. But trial of chance or trial of worth, all games aspire to the condition of war. For here, that which is wagered swallows up game, player, or... Suppose two men at cards who have nothing to wager save their lives. Who has not heard such a tale? A turn of the card. The whole universe for such a player has labored, clanking for this moment, which will tell if he is to die at that man's hand, or that man at his. What more certain validation of a man's worth could there be? This enhancement of the game to its ultimate state admits no argument concerning the notion of fate. The selection of one man over another is a preference absolute and irrevocable, and it is a dull man indeed who could reckon so profound a decision without agency or significance, either one. In such games as have for their stake the annihilation of the defeated, the decisions are quite clear. This man, holding these particular arrangement of cards, is thereby removed from existence. This is the nature of war, whose stake is at once the game, and the authority, and the justification. Seen so, war is the truest form of divination. It is the testing of one man's will, and the will of another within that larger will, which, because it binds them, is therefore forced to select. War is the ultimate game, because war is at last a forcing of the unity of existence. War is God.
You're crazy, Holden. Crazy at last.
Are you the man running this ferry?
Captain Glanton. Dr. Lincoln. And yeah, I am. I'm from New York State, originally bound for California. On the trip over, the ferry fell into my control by chance. It's gone very well ever since. I got 2 young men working for me. Got good relations with the native Yuma camp over yonder. And I do understand your history with the natives, Captain Glanton. But from my experience, I ain't got no issue with them.
Any man who trusts a native is a fool.
Doctor, do you consider the pilgrims who use your ferry under your protection?
Yes, I do.
If that is so, you must take into consideration the possibility of a native attack against this operation. You have a very valuable position here, but you've left it undefended. You're leaving yourself vulnerable.
Alright. I suppose so. What are you offering?
You gain a full group of armed fighters to defend your business. And we gain shelter and a cut of the ferry's earnings.
Ferry crossings are now $4 ahead. Davy, get some men. I want you and the others to go to the native camp nearby. Let's pay them a visit.
Glanton.
It's $4 ahead! $4! Can you read? $4!
Dr. Lincoln? Dr. Lincoln? Dr. Lincoln, open up! Heck away, you mean savage!
Can you walk? I ain't got a choice. How much water you got? Not much. What do you want to do? I don't know. We could each go back to the river and lay up. Till what? You want to try and pull that? No. What do you want to do? Go on.
How many are you?
What do you see?
All the others went under? Glanton? The judge? How do you stand by the way of ammunition?
Poorly. We got a few rounds. Not many.
Lewis, what will you take for that hat?
It ain't for sale.
Everything's for sale. What would you take?
Gotta have my hat.
How much?
I reckon you want to trade some of that for it?
$100.
It won't fit you.
Not your concern.
I reckon that's what you got there in that bag.
I'll make it 125, and won't ask where you got it.
Let's see your color.
How are you fixed for weapons?
We've just one pistol. Holden?
We?
The lad here.
Weigh your counsel, priest. We're all here together. Yonder sun is like the eye of God, and we will cook impartially upon this great silicious griddle, I do assure you.
I am no priest and I have no counsel. This lad is free agent.
Quite so. What then? Are we to drink at these holes? Turn about like rival bands of apes?
Let me off the canteen.
You going with us?
I don't know. I'm subject to arrest. They'll arrest me in California.
Arrest you?
You wouldn't think a man would run out of country out here, would you? It ain't country you've ran out of.
$500. Powder and ball included.
Do him. Do him. Do him. Do him.
You'll get no second chance, lad! Do it! He's unarmed! God's blood, do you think you'll best him any other way? Do it, or I swear your life is forfeit! Do it, lad! Do it for the love of God!
The priest. The priest had been too long in the sun. $7.50, and that's my best offer. Seller's market.
was in the jail.
I was. No, I ain't. Where's your outfits?
You're looking at him.
You fall out with Glanton?
Glanton's dead.
The Yumas?
Aye.
All rubbed out?
Toadvine and the judge are at the well back yonder.
The judge. The rest gone under? Smith? Jorsey? Jackson?
All.
How far to the well?
We left about an hour ago.
Is he armed?
He is not.
Priests don't lie.
Come out, there's plenty of water for everyone! Let's be friends! Chance out here. I'll write you down. We can take the horses. Don't be a fool, lad. One other bit has he. Mr. Judge. Where indeed? You'll not kill him, don't be a fool. Shoot the horses.
I know what you've done. The priest put you up to it. You now take that as a mitigation in the act and the intent, which I would any man in his wrongdoings. But now there's a question of property. You bring me the pistol now.
You do, lad. Yeah. It'll be dawn soon. We need to move. Come on, lad.
Yes.
Where do you aim to hide?
We'll hide here.
You can't hide, lad.
We can hide.
You think he can't follow your tracks?
It's gone from the slope yonder.
Gone?
Gone.
Can't hide.
Come on.
Lad. Go on.
He ain't nothing. You told me that yourself. You told me for all men are made of the dirt of the earth. You told me it ain't no parable. You told me it was a naked fact and the judge was like all men.
Face him down then. Face him down if he is so.
Him with his rifle and me with my pistol. Him with his two pistols. Come on.
Get no such chance as that again. Now what? You'll be waiting at the next well. Let him wait. We can go back to the creek.
Do what?
Wait for a party to come through.
Go from where? Ain't no ferry anymore.
There's game at the creek.
Shit!
Boy! You came forward to take part in the work. But you sat in judgment against your own deeds. Against history. Against your own body.
If war is but not holy, then what is man but just antic clay? Perhaps you've seen this place in a dream. And then you would die here.
I'm gonna go find us a doctor now. You stay put.
Are you the doctor?
Yes. You need to be seen to.
Yeah, I'm looking for a man named Tobin. He said he was gonna be looking for a doctor, and it was a few days ago, and I have not seen him since. So I thought he might be down here.
No, don't believe I have.
Oh. Alright,
Sorry about your friend. Can I do anything else for you, lad?
actually, yeah. My leg, it hurts like shit to walk. You can take a look at that?
Alright, coming now.
In my hands, I hold the ashes. In my veins, black pitch runs. In my chest, fire catches. In my way, setting sun. Dark clouds gather around me. To the west, my soul's bound. But I will go on ahead free. There's a light yet to be found. Last pale light in the west. Last pale light in the west.
whiskey.
It's all over. It's all over.
Do you believe it's all over, son? Last of the true, last of the true. I'd say they've all gone under now, saving me and thee, would you not? And some are not yet born to have caused the curse to the dolphin's soul. Plenty of time for the dance.
I ain't studying no dance.
You here for the dance?
I've got to go.
Go? What man would not be a dancer if he could? It's a great thing, the dance. Drink up. This night thy soul may be required of thee. Was it always your idea that if you did not speak you wouldn't be recognized?
You see me.
I recognized you when I first saw you, and yet you were a disappointment to me. Then, and now. Even so, at last I find you with me.
I ain't with you.
Not?
I never come here hunting you.
What then?
What would I want with you? I come here the same reason as any man.
And what reason is that?
What reason's what?
That these men are here.
They come here to have a good time.
See these men? Are they here for a good time? Or do they know why they're here at all?
Everybody don't have a reason to be someplace.
That's so. They do not have a reason, but order is not set aside because of their indifference. Let me put it this way. If it is so that they themselves have no reason, and yet they are indeed here, must they not be here by some reason of some other? And if this is so, can you guess who the other might be?
No. Can you?
I know him well. This is an orchestration for an event. For a dance, in fact. Perhaps more commonly called a ritual. A ritual includes the letting of blood. Rituals that fail in this requirement are but mock rituals.
I don't like craziness.
Nor I, nor I. Drink up! The world goes on. We have dancing nightly, and this night is no exception.
I've been everywhere. This is just one more place.
Did you post witness to report to you on the continuing existence of those places once you quit them?
That's crazy.
Is it? Where is yesterday? Where is Glanton and Brown and the priest? And where is Shelby? And where's Tate, whom you abandoned in the mountains? And where are the ladies? Ah, the fair and tender ladies, with whom you danced at the governor's ball when you were a hero, anointed with the blood of the enemies of the republic you elected to defend. And where's the fiddler? And where's the dance?
I guess you can tell me.
I tell you this. As war becomes dishonored and its nobility comes into question, those honorable men who recognize the sanctity of blood will become excluded from the dance, which is the warrior's right. And thereby the dance will become a false dance, and the dancers false dancers. And yet there will be one there, always, who is a true dancer. And can you guess who that might be?
You ain't nothing.
You speak truer than you know. But I will tell you, only that man who has offered himself entirely to the blood of war, who has been to the floor of the pit and seen horror in the round and learned at last that it speaks to his inmost heart, only that man can dance.
Even a dumb animal can dance.
Hear me, man. There is room on this stage for one beast and one alone. All others are destined for a night that is eternal, without name. One by one, they will step it down to the darkness before the footlamps, bears that dance, and bears that don't.
Don't sleep. I'll never die. I don't sleep. I'll never die. I don't sleep. I'll never die.